Assalamualaikum. Hi. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Iqmal bin Muhammad Zaidi. My matrix ID is B0918100231. For my program, which is BMMH, and then my supervisor's name is TS Azwan bin Aziz. Okay, first of all, I would like to share my final year project topics, which is the application of wasted heat from air conditioning for laundry drying. Alright, so for this slide, it is about the content of slide. Okay, number one, we have introduction, and then for number two, we have problem statement, and then we will go about for objective of the studies, and then the scope of project, literature of reviews, methodology, expected outcome, and last but not least, about references. Okay, so for the first session, which is introduction, there are 4 points total. The first one is drying clothes is one of the biggest sectors that consume a huge amount of electrical energy. And the second one is Malaysian typically drying their clothes by naturally using solar energy or hanging their clothes under the sun. Okay, the third point is several commercial sectors such as hotels and hospitals use commercial drying machine for drying clothes. And then the last one, the fourth point is nowadays the laundry business is now growing significantly in Malaysia. The commercial drying and laundries in Malaysia use electrical, kerosene, and natural gas as energy consumption. Alright, so for the problem statement, we have 4 points. The first one is wasted heat from air conditioner, and then number 2 is high cost for purchase dryer, and then number 3, dryer is harmful for environment, and then number 4, dryer and laundry dryer consume huge amount of electrical. Alright, for the objective of the study, I have 3 objectives. The first one is general objective, and then another 2 is about specific objective. Okay, so as we can see in the slide, for the general objective, which is to design the system laundry dryer that using wasted heat from air conditioner. Okay, and then for the specific objective, the first one, the point number 1 is to determine the effectiveness of waste heat from air conditioner to dry the laundry. And then point number 2 is about to measure the temperature of the waste heat in the laundry dryer. Okay, so for the scope of project, we have 2 scope of project here. Number 1 is this project will focus on build a laundry dryer size that's suitable for every type and size of houses. And then point number 2 is the project will show how the waste heat from condensing unit of air conditioning system can dry. Alright, we continue with the literature review. This is some of my literature review. The first one, the first topic for literature review is waste heat, and then for the description there are 5 Roman. The first one is waste heat is produced by a machine or other process that uses energy as a byproduct of doing works. Okay, the number 2 is waste heat as a fundamental result of the laws of a thermodynamic. Number 3, waste heat is one of the most cost-effective source of heat energy. And then Roman number 4, the waste heat recovery process has no visible disadvantage on the ecology and economy. And then the last Roman, the Roman number 5, it may also increase efficiency of the air conditioning system. Okay, so continue with the literature review. Here we have 2 topics, waste heat recovery and air conditioner condenser. Okay, so for waste heat recovery, there are 2 points to Roman. The first one is basically waste heat recovery can be very useful to reuse. It is because waste heat can turn into electrical energy or heat energy. Okay, for Roman number 2, in order to achieve the best recovery efficiency, waste heat recovery system (WHR) are placed in each category of loss. Okay, so for air conditioner condenser, there are 3 Roman and another 3 points. Okay, so for the first one is to efficiently chill your home. Air conditioners rely on a number of different components. One of the most critical component is the condense. Regrettably, is also one of the most misunderstood. This misunderstanding originates from the fact that a condenser performs multiple functions while running. Okay, so point number 2, condenser coil consists of a series of tubes filled with refrigerant liquid. Okay, so number 3, there are 3 main functions of air condenser as what mentioned just now for point number 1. The first one is the superheating, the second one is condensing, and then the third one is subcooling. Okay, these are 2 last for the literature review: clothes dryer and then Arduino. Okay, so let's go to clothes dryer first. The first one is clothes dryer is useful device where you can save your time to dry the wet clothes. Point number 2, to absorb moisture, the air is heated and pumped through the clothing. Point number 3, the ideal drying conditions according to research include heat, air movement, and low humidity or the constant removal of moisture. Okay, so for Arduino, there are 3 points. The first one is open source microcontroller that can be programmed, erased, and reprogrammed at any moment. Point number 2, friendly use for beginners, students, and professionals. Point number 3, it can receive and send data over the internet. Okay, so for the methodology part, here as you can see, this is my flowchart. We will begin with start and then identify the project, preparation for project, and then we'll perform the experiment, and then analyze the result, and then check either the result is can be achieved or not. If not, and then go to the next one, which is error, and then identify the problem. After identify the problem, then collect the data and then go back to the analyzed result, and then check again either the objective is achieved or not. If achieved, then the project is complete. So here we have the components that I will be used for the temperature and humidity sensor. The first one we have here is Arduino Uno R3 board. Okay, so the function for Arduino Uno is the Arduino in the system will receive signal when detect the temperature and humidity in the laundry dryer and will transmitting the signals to the output system that are LCD. Okay, so the second component we have here is temperature and humidity sensor, DHT11. Okay, the DHT11 sensor is a temperature sensor that sends a signal straight to the Arduino when it sends a high temperature. Okay, last component is LCD display. This device will show the value of temperature and humidity on the screen that has been sent from Arduino Uno R3. Alright, so here we have design of the circuit. Okay, as you can see, there are Arduino Uno board R3, and then we have temperature and humidity sensor, DHT11, and then we have LCD display, relay, and then last but not least the 12-volt DC plug. Okay, so in here we can see that the temperature and humidity sensor, DHT11, will detect or sense the temperature and humidity, and then will send a signal straight to the Arduino when it sense the temperature the high temperature, and then from the Arduino it will receive the signals when it detect the temperature and humidity in the laundry dryer, and then will transmitting the signals to the output system that which is LCD display. Okay, so this is the design of the project. Okay, as you can see, there are cool space. Cool space is where the indoor unit of air conditioner is installed that will produce the cool air, and then there are condenser, and then we have the waste heat that will go through or pass by the flexible ducting hose, and then the clothes will be hanging to be dried, and then they also have the ventilation. Ventilation is to make the laundry dryer have fresh air from the outside. Okay, and then for my project also, I will put the movable partition, the rod, so it is easy to move around. Okay, so for the expected outcome, we have 4 points here. The first one is with this laundry dryer, it could help to save the cost of electricity and save the time to dry the clothes. Okay, point number 2, this project also can help to reuse the wasted heat from air conditioning and can help to reduce the global warming. And then point number 3, this project could be used for any kind and size of houses. And then last but not least, for the time feature, I hope this project can be used for everyone to save the electricity. So here we have the Gantt chart for my final year project. Okay, so I have spent 14 weeks to do my final year project, from week 1 until week 14. Okay, so from week 1 and week 2, as we can see, I spend my time from week 1 until week 2 to identify the problem statement, and then from week 2 to week 3, I use the time to make an objective and scope of study. And then the most important thing for my FYP final year project is to make discussion to discuss and to make improvement with for my final year project with my supervisor, which is Sir T.S. Azwan bin Aziz. Okay, I use this time from week 1 until week 13. Okay, and then about the research for literature review, I spent around 7 weeks, which is from week 3 to week 11. And then for the methodology of project, I spent around 5 to 6 weeks, which is from week 5 until week 12. And then preparation for presentation, after I've done with the literature review, the methodology about my component, my materials and equipment, and then for the preparation for preparation for the presentation, I use about 3 weeks, which is from week 11 to week 13. And then to finalize report proposal, I spent 2 weeks, which is week 12 and then week 13. And then for the submission for report proposal will be in week 14, which is a few days to go. And then for the presentation project, final project also will be attend in week 14. Okay, so for the references, as you can see, this is some of my references that I do for my literature reviews. I would like to say thank you. I hope you enjoy with my presentation for my final year project. Assalamualaikum.